What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap video, and today is October 8th, which means that there are 3 games happening today, and by the time that you see this video, the Indians and the Astros might be over, which makes me so nervous because if I put this video out, like at 11 o'clock, the game's at 10:30, and you guys see it and the Indians lose, I'm gonna get absolutely roasted in the comment section because you guys know I'm a massive Indians fan. So just do me a favor. If the Indians lose today and we get swept by the Astros, just let me sail away in peace. Just let me, like a Viking send-off, just let me fade away into the darkness, never to be seen again. Can you still see me? I'm gone. No, but guys, on a serious note, I will talk about the 3 games that happened today, but before we do that, there was 2 other games, the Brewers versus the Rockies and the Dodgers versus the Braves that happened yesterday, and we have to talk about it because, man, there were some crazy games. Well, I guess one of them wasn't a crazy game, but the other one was an absolutely insane, one of the games of the year in my opinion, so we have to talk about it. But we'll save the best for last, so the first matchup that we'll talk about was the Brewers versus the Rockies, so you guys probably already know who won that matchup, but for those who missed it, I will do a quick little recap. So Wade Miley, the starting pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers, I gotta give him his props because he shut me up. Yesterday I said I don't trust Wade Miley, and he went 4 2/3 innings without giving up any runs, and then it turned into a bullpen game. So Wade Miley, I gotta give you a round of applause. Give you a little round of applause because, yeah, you shut me up. I thought you were going to give up 10 runs. I'll be honest with you guys. So we talked about the fact that Wade Miley went 4 2/3. He actually didn't get a credit for the win because you have to go, I think, 5 1/3 or 5 2/3 innings to get a credit for the W. But Jesus Aguilar was able to come in clutch in the first half of the game with this home run. And, man, he did not miss any of this baseball.
First pitch to him. High drive. Deep left. 2-0 Milwaukee. I'd say Jesus does indeed love hitting at Coors Field.
So at that point, you see the Brewers jump out to an early lead, which is never good because the Brewers offense from 1 to 9 seems to be firing on all cylinders. Even their catcher, Eric Kratz, is raking right now. He was probably the MVP of the last 2 games. He was great. Maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic when I say MVP, but their catcher, who has not been an offensive force the entire year, suddenly turned into an offensive force. So I got to give props to him as well. Now, one quick little side note I need to make about this game, and I'm sorry, Rockies fans, this might make your eyes bleed. It might just pain you, and your little, don't get me wrong, I just saw Andrew Miller have one of the worst relief appearances of all time in the postseason, but this one from Scott Oberg of the Colorado Rockies might have topped that, and actually, I'm pretty sure it did.
There he is kicking at the rubber. The ball is in his glove, and he's on the rubber. He tried to flip it out of his glove and then snatch it out of the air, and the balk was called. An unforced error, so to speak.
Oh dear, no, I'm so sorry. What? So the first clip that you saw, he was messing around with the baseball, doing a lot of these, trying to do a magic show or something like that. I'm not sure what Scott Oberg was doing. So he balked in a run. So Curtis Granderson, Curtis Granderson is just up there not even doing anything. So 1 run scores, okay? You don't get a credit for the RBI on that, but 1 run scores, okay? The next pitch, he throws a wild error throw past the catcher and another run scores. So Curtis Granderson, he's up there, 1 run scores, he didn't do anything. A 2nd run scores, he doesn't do anything. And then how does that at-bat end? It ends with Curtis Granderson striking out. So if Scott Oberg was just able to control his motions and control his emotions as well, you might have been out of that with any runs, but unfortunately you get a balk, you get a pass ball, 2 runs. I'm not really sure what I was doing there. It was like, I feel like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. That was weird. Okay, let's stop. So at that point, guys, when you have Wade Miley not giving up any runs, you have Jesus Aguilar starting off the game with a bang. You have Scott Oberg, one of your better relief pitchers, just not being himself. And then it's just once you score more than 3 or 4 runs, and then you can get Corey Knebel, Josh Hader, and Jeremy Jeffrey. So you have the 3-headed dragon right there. Probably the best bullpen in Major League Baseball right now going into the playoffs. Yeah, you're not going to beat them. You're not going to come back. So the Brewers were able to advance by a score of 6-0 and sweep the Colorado Rockies, which is sad for me because my dad was born in Colorado, so I know he has a little bit of, hard feelings against the Brewers right now, I'm sure, but he's a big fan of Christian Yelich because his last name kind of sounds like mine. My last name is Miklich. My favorite number is 22. Christian Yelich is 22. And then back when I played baseball, I used to throw with my right arm and then hit left. And so does Christian Yelich. So my dad, I'm pretty sure he's becoming a Brewers fan, but I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But guys, that was the first game from yesterday. The Brewers were able to beat the Rockies for the series 3-0. It wasn't close to begin with. I wish it was because I always like close series. But the next game, the Dodgers versus the Braves, again, might be a candidate for the game of the year. On the bump for the Los Angeles Dodgers is rookie sensation Walker Buehler. The last time that we saw him pitch, he almost threw a no-hitter. I think it was broken up towards the later half of or the middle of the game. But Walker Buehler was coming into this game with high hopes, high expectations. Everyone thought that the Dodgers were going to sweep, but he got into a little bit of a jam towards the beginning of the game. So let's see what exactly happened.
It's a bases-loaded walk to the pitcher. The 3-1, and Acuna swings. It's a high drive to left center field. Taylor back at the wall. It is gone. A grand slam for Acuna.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we saw Walker Buehler give up a run by walking him in. So it was kind of like the Scott Oberg thing. You just don't really see a balk that ends up turning into a run and then a wild pitch turning into a run. You don't really see too many bases loaded walks just like Walker Buehler did. But after that, Ronald Acuna Jr. became the youngest player in Major League Baseball playoff history to hit a grand slam. And oh yeah, who was the guy that was before him? Mickey Mantle. That is pretty elite company if you ask me. I don't know if I'd be able to sleep knowing that I'm in the same company and Mickey Mantle? What? So at that point, after you give up the one run by walking him in and then you give up a grand slam, that is 5 runs. We like math over here on the Fuzzies channel. 5 runs, okay? So you're down 5-0. I thought, and everyone else on Twitter thought that the game was over. I was streaming live on Twitch. If you guys don't follow me, link in the description. But I was streaming live on Twitch and all of my Dodgers fans in the chat said literally, typed it out, I have to turn this game off. I cannot watch. I know it was pretty tough, but the Dodgers, they were cooking up some stuff. Chris Taylor, he did this.
Lifts a fly ball to left. Acuna turns and watches this one go. The Dodgers right back in this game on a home run from Chris Taylor.
So at that point, you see that the Dodgers are storming back. It is a 5-4 ball game. That's why baseball is so great, because it is not over until the last pitch has been thrown. And then you have Max Muncie, one of the most clutch players in this postseason so far. He gets a high-end in fastball. I don't know how he hit this pitch. I'm just going to roll it because I want you guys to enjoy this. I'm not going to tell you what happened, but he did something pretty special.
2-2. Back to the curve, and Muncie lifts it to deep center. That ball is gone. And this game is tied. The breaking ball that's up. And he knows it. The hitter knows it as soon as he makes contact.
So at that point, you now have a 5-5 ball game. It shows that you should never ever quit. Whether you're down 2-0 in the series or down 5-0 in a game, never quit, because you can always have a chance in baseball. Now, following that up, we have Freddie Freeman, an MVP candidate this year, and this thing was literally, it went to commercial, all right? So there was like a Carl's Jr. commercial, a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of this. As soon as the broadcast aired again, this ball was hit 1,000,000 feet, and I just want to say props to Freddie Freeman, because he is a very underrated player in my opinion. I don't think that he gets enough props from everyone in the league, but his swing and his ability to hit the fastball, underrated.
Back to the NLDS, presented by Doosan on FS1. The Dodgers and Braves are tied at 5 as Dave Roberts goes to his bullpen and Alex Wood comes on to face Freddie Freeman. That ball is gone and the Braves are back in front.
This moonshot off the bat of Freddie Freeman made it a 6-5 ball game, and luckily for the Braves, that is all the run support that they would need, as the Braves bullpen was able to shut it down with Aroldis Vizcaíno and another guy, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but he was throwing gas and he was able to get out of a bases loaded jam. So I just want to say, Braves fans, you still have hope, just like the Indians today. We're going to be playing probably as this video is live, so I'm just hoping that we can take one win. I do not want to get swept because, let's be honest, that's kind of embarrassing. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap it up from the 2 games from yesterday. So what we will quickly do is we will go over the 3 games happening today. We have the Astros at the Indians, we have the Dodgers at the Braves, and we have the Red Sox at the Yankees. And these are going to be some pretty fun games to watch. So let me just kind of give you guys the rundown real quick. So the Astros at the Indians, so they're playing at Progressive Field. Again, it would suck to be swept at our home field. Do not do it. Progressive Field is a happy place. Come on, just give it to us. So you have Dallas Keuchel starting for the Houston Astros, and then you have Mike Clevenger starting for the Cleveland Indians. In my opinion, I think that we have the starting pitcher advantage. But we had that in the last game where we had a 1-0 lead, and then our bullpen came in and completely whiffed and gave up runs, and it's just, that's been our biggest bugaboo this entire year, is the bullpen. So if we can get a 4-5 run lead by the 5th or 6th inning, we might be in good shape, because the bullpen's going to give up a few runs. But honestly, the Astros, I just think they have so much momentum. If I'm being a actual baseball fan, if I'm not being biased with all of my Indians gear on, I'm honestly going to say the Astros will sweep tonight. I think that Dallas Keuchel there's something about him. I think he's going to throw 6 or 7 innings and not give any runs. But that's just me. I think the Astros are going to sweep today. But if I'm being biased, the Indians win today 6-2. And it's just going to be a great day to be an Indians fan. And then we'll see what happens going forward. Game number 2, we have the Dodgers at the Braves. Again, they are playing in Atlanta. So the Dodgers are going for the series win right now. Again, the ALDS and the NLDS, they're all 5-game series. And then once you go to the ALCS and NLCS and then eventually World Series, it turns into a 7-game series. But I do think that Rich Hill versus Fultonowicz or Fultonowicz, every time I say his last name, it changes. I hear it one way, then I hear it a different way. So I'm going to say Fultonowicz. That's how I'm going to pronounce it, of the Braves. I think that he's going to return back to form because he was not good in his last start. I think that the Braves even up this series at 2-2, and then eventually the Dodgers probably win Game 5, but that's just me. And then last but not least, we have the game that probably everyone will have their eyes glued to, the Red Sox at the Yankees. It is game number 3, the first one at Yankee Stadium, so you know the fans are about to go crazy. On the Red Sox side, you have Nathan Eovaldi. On the Yankee side, you have Luis Severino. I'm pretty sure he's on short rest. I know he pitched against the Athletics in the wild card game, so maybe that's 5 days. I'm not too sure. 5 days? Was it 5 days ago? But he did pitch against the Athletics in the wild card, and he was pretty filthy, so he is expecting to, repeat that performance. And honestly, if I'm putting Nathan Eovaldi versus Luis Severino, I think that Luis Severino is going to take that every single time. But Nathan Eovaldi's been pretty solid for the Red Sox, so at this point, I don't know the best prediction that I can give. All I can say is that the Yankees have the momentum and the better pitcher of the two. So I'm going to go with the Yankees in Game 3 by a score of I'm going to go 4-2 Yankees. I'm going to go ahead and take this jacket off because it is way too hot in my room. I live in Las Vegas and it's been beautiful the last couple days, but when the sun beats down on the window, it just gets a million degrees in my room. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, the 2 games that happened yesterday, I'm sorry, Rockies fans, but you tried your best. I give you your props. You guys made the playoffs. That's an amazing feat in itself. The Dodgers were unable to beat the Braves. They lost 6-5, and then you have 3 games happening today. You have the Astros at the Indians, you have the Dodgers at the Braves, and then the Red Sox at the Yankees. So guys, it's going to be a good day for baseball. I do have a vlog waiting for you guys with my brother. It's going to be pretty fun. I'm not sure if I'm going to post it today because I kind of want to post it when people are not expecting baseball recaps. So I know baseball recaps are a ton of fun, but a lot of you guys subscribe for my in real life hitting and walk-up songs and all different stuff. So those will be returning. I promise you guys. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and watch the game. Wish us some luck, and if not, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. The baseball gods and the baseball lords were not on the Indian side this year. So guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.